December of 2021, I started Mike's Car Store, and I immediately sold my C8 so that way this company had a great foundation. A few months later, we hired Frank here, who's done a great job, and then we hired a salesman, a real life salesman, mind you. And as soon as he starts here, what's he do? He buys a C8 to throw it in my face. And wouldn't you know it, he pulls in right now as we're doing this video. How does it make you feel that you know you stole my dream car?
Great.
You know what? Maybe I just need to buy another C8. You know, I want to say that when you own a business, there are sacrifices. I came from working 35, maybe 40 hours a week when I started Mike's Car Store, and now all of a sudden I'm working 100, 110, 120 hours per week. Absolutely insane. Now, I knew this before going into it, so I'm not complaining by any means. I'm actually more happier working the 110, 120 hours per week than I ever was working 35 or 40 at my previous employment. And what brings great pride in me is when you hire someone like Grant that we did in August of 21, and really quickly he takes ownership and pride in our processes, and he comes to me and says, hey, what's employee pricing on our RAV4? And I'm like, I don't know. You're my first employee. You're the first person to come to me and ask this question. Hold on, let me make up a policy. It was really simple, really easy, and we figured it out real quick. He came to me and says, hey, can I buy a C8 through you? Did you really buy this car just to make me jealous?
Absolutely not. Nope.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
All right.
I owe this all to you, matter of fact.
Me? How me?
Well, when we had the other C8, you said, have you ever been in a C8 before? And I said, no, I sure had. Took me down the road, and I was for sure that we would be sideways all the way down the street. And we weren't, and I was truly impressed by the way it performed, and I was sold at that point.
They always say, ABC, always be closing, right?
Right.
Always be closing.
Yep, and I think you knew what you were doing when you took me on the ride.
I didn't at the time, but you know, we had a customer on the Matrix Gray C8,
Yep.
and I wanted you to do all the work. But
Sure.
of course, I know all the knowledge on the C8 and you didn't. So that's, you know, I think that's the best way to learn the car is like, here, let me show you a 3.0 second 0 to 60 pull, right?
Absolutely.
So,
Yep.
or not on a public road, a private road.
Yep.
So I'm super glad you got this, but
Yep.
I do miss my Corvette. Where I would like to take the credit of saying, yeah, I did know what I was doing, I truly wasn't. It was truly a teaching moment for Grant to show him and pass on my passion and love for the C8 Corvette. I just truly wanted him to interact with this customer with professionalism, and most importantly, what I know that sells these cars is product knowledge. The more knowledge that we have on C8s, the better we sell them, and I've learned that over the years, and which is why I was one of the top Corvette salesmen in the country. And now reminiscing about the cars that I had up here over last summer, it just reminds me of how much passion and love that I have for Corvette, for C8. And even when those cars were here, I never really missed my C8 because I knew it was a business decision. I talked about that with the C7 that we're told you we're not going to sell that car. We're modding it so that way we can't sell it because I have so much passion for that. But after Grant bought this in late October, I actually started missing my C8. I didn't miss it because I like driving it or stuff like that. I do like driving it. I did like driving it. But I missed it because I really enjoyed sharing that passion with others. I went to more Cars and Coffee with having that car. I went to more car shows with having that car. I had more people approach me with having that car. Obviously the wrap, which I love the wrap. I know a lot of people hated the wrap, but I love the wrap. That car was in a magnet for attention, which I enjoyed. And I'm not an attention whore by any means. I'm a very introverted person. I like my privacy. I keep to myself, but I like that because the people who drew the attention was people who loved cars. And I was able to have kids go right along with me. I have kids start the car. I had kids rev the car up. I had adults approach me and just ask me about questions about it because it was such a new car that they hadn't seen one before. I had McLaren owners really impressed with the car. I had Lamborghini owners really impressed with the car. And so I love sharing that passion with them, which is ultimately what I did to Grant and made him buy this one too. But seeing this car, it made me reminisce that I wanted a convertible from the get-go too, and he bought a convertible. So when Chevrolet came out with the hardtop convertible, I thought that this was probably the coolest Corvette to buy. I love the fact that it's power. I like the window that it comes down and just everything about it. So I don't know. I mean, maybe it's coming into spring. I should buy another C8 and do a convertible this time.
Mother's gonna kill you.
What'd you say? This is my daughter Onion, and you think I'd get? Should I ask for forgiveness, or should I ask for permission if I do this?
Let's see. I always ask for forgiveness. So.
Good girl. I like the way you think. And then when we were doing our Toys for Tots drive at the end of 2021, we had all of these toys come in, and this car came in as well. And a personal friend of mine, John, sent this to me, and he put his name on there. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And our question was, is it for Toys for Tot, or is it a personal gift for me? And John sent me die-cast cars like this before, so I felt that it was a personal gift. But what I did is I threw it in the Toys for Tots box. And when we came to that Sunday of me getting all the toys around for them to pick up on Monday, I made the decision to keep that car because that's at the end of November. And I was really, really missing my C8 based off of the story that I was just telling you with all the kids and adults who just loved coming up to that car. Well, you kept playing with that. Put it back to where it was, because we have exciting news of, yes, we have our 100th car sold. Not 101, 100th car sold. Quit playing with it. And I have to say, it comes from one extreme to the other. Do you remember the 100th car that we sold?
No.
Ferrari, California, $150,000 car, which was the most expensive car we've ever had here, right? And now we've sold the least expensive car that we had in stock for $59.95, Nissan Versa. So our 100th car was a Ferrari, and our 200th car was a Nissan Versa. So super excited that we will be giving away a car here very, very soon. And as always, we work directly with a charity to do that. So we're looking for a charity and for a good case to help a family in need. So I'd like to have a Z06, to be honest with you, but if I was gonna spend $200,000, I'd buy a real exotic and go Lamborghini or Ferrari. But at the same time, I did a lot of work on my twin turbo C8 that I sold when I started this business. And most importantly, I got VIN number 12. That's not a flex or anything like that, but it is really cool to say that this is the 12th ever built Corvette. But I do like the idea of the convertible too. I'm not ready to make a decision on this in any way, shape, or form. I would rather have my twin turbo C8 back, but at the same time, I kind of like the idea of a convertible. Oh my God, look what I just got.